So when I was getting the overall energy for this message, this card came out, and this is the cover card for this deck, but it felt very significant. And with these magical times and bold print, I feel like that is the overall energy of this message, okay? Is you stepping into a very magical time frame here. All right, so I'm going to put that to the side because that is just a cover card. So let's go ahead and hop into it. I do like the energy. It's very mystical. All right, Spirit. We have humor. It says, laugh at yourself, lighten your heart, let nothing steal your happiness. You know, and I feel like this is you creating your own sense of peace here. That's really what this feels like. You know, I see humor and laughing and stuff, but it's giving this sense of peace. It's giving this overall lightheartedness. You know, and the key to your happiness is your peace. And so you are protecting your peace, I'm going to say at all costs here, but you are also healing a lot of things within yourself by protecting this peace and by protecting your happiness and allowing yourself to have, I'm going to say, this space to be able to feel that happiness, to enjoy things, enjoy moments, enjoy company even, you know. I do feel like there's a lot of just healing with your own energy by protecting the things that are important to you. It says elegance. It is found in the beauty of nature, the lotus waiting to bloom. Be the swan on the water and glide. And there's two swans in this photo. This could be a relationship of some sort. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. This could be a friendship. This could be a family member. You know, there's a connection that you had with somebody here. And I feel like there's a fall. Now, this could have happened around fall, but I'm getting from this that there was a falling out, okay? There was a crumbling. And when that happened, a new opportunity opened. That door closed, another one opened, okay? And it looks like you were intentional about this. Because with this elegance coming through, it's like you went about this as peacefully as you possibly could. And the purpose of this was not to harm, you know, this other person or anything like that, but it was all about protecting your peace, protecting your happiness, and allowing your space, allowing yourself the space to bloom, the space to expand. You know, so you welcomed in this falling apart for this new beginning to happen, for this new key. And it looks like that key was, I feel like a key to celebration, a key to happiness here. Let me get one. Spirit. Key to friendship. Be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and who really care. Keep those and let the others go. Okay, so you really evaluated, and again, this doesn't have to be a lover. This could be somebody that you were friends with, you know, that you kind of cut ties with. You know, whatever this was that fell apart, it has opened up a new door and opened up opportunities to meet new people, be in new environments, you know. There is a big sense of space, allowing in the space for all of this new. You're gonna have a lot of moments of celebration with friends and people that support you and lift you up. Oh, hang on. Okay. All right. So, okay. I'll keep all three. Okay. So we have confidence coming out. And what I feel, let me just pull both of these. Okay. So what I feel is that with this new celebration, this new energy, this new environment, this is even giving off just a heart opening here, okay? Your confidence is going to be lifted. Not saying that you have any type of low confidence now at all, but your confidence is going to be amplified, all right? And not just in your day-to-day life, but it's even giving off on like a DNA level here. There is this sense of, I don't know, inner status, inner royalty. It says, be bold, rise up and stand tall, feel the fire in your soul. There's, why am I stuttering so much? It's giving off like an upgrade. So this isn't just in the physical sense, but this is mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You're going to just be having more confidence overall in all of the aspects of your life. Also, with this power here, it says, call upon the elements, focus your intentions, the greatest dragon is within you. And what I'm getting with that power is this is your connection to the divine. This is your connection to source here. No, you have a lot of power in the spiritual realm. You know, you have authority in the spiritual realm. And what I'm getting through this is that this is source wanting to come through and just remind you that you're doing a great job. That you're doing a great job. That you are keeping your intentions pure. You're keeping your intentions strong. And you really are on the straight and narrow path here. You're continuously rising up. You're continuously taking one step at a time to just do better and better. You know, you really are stepping into your power with confidence. And with this action coming out, you are so protected. You know, again, with this high honor, this spiritual authority that you have ancestors on the other side that are protecting you. You have so much support that it really is giving off the, you know, we had this show at the bottom. This really is giving off, oh, it says, believe you are not alone. Spirit is right beside you. You know, it's giving off that you are never alone. Like, even through difficult times, even through just your day-to-day stuff, you know, you are so supported. You are so guided 24/7, you know, and your ancestors are protecting you from predators, from liars, from just a lot of things, okay? Your ancestors are taking like actual action, you know, to help your path move forward. And this says, stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. And that's what your ancestors are helping you with. They're protecting you from any of these things that are trying to hold you back, you know, because you have made some incredible steps. You have closed some sort of cycle and started a new beginning here with complete elegance. You know, you're prioritizing your happiness, your peace, your light, you know, and you have a very big heart. I'm getting very open heart as well, especially with this friendship card coming out here. You know, this new era that you're stepping into, this magical timeline, really is going to be that. It's going to be filled of what feels like magic. And you you have a lot of faith. You do. But what I'm getting is that with this new timeline here, that faith is going to be strengthened. That confidence is going to be strengthened. That power is going to be strengthened. The protection is going to be strengthened. You know, because you are ever growing stronger. You know, so let's pull some tarot. I want to pull tarot on these, because you have already done this. You have already walked through, I'm going to say, the door to this new adventure. And this is one that's full of celebration here, okay? So let's pull more on this, because this is so beautiful. And this is what's transforming. This is what is, I'm going to say, building. Okay, well, this wants to go over here. So what I'm getting from this is that you had dealt, a lot of your friends in the past were not really your friends. And this, again, this doesn't have to be friends. This could be lovers. This could be family members, whatever. But this is giving that it's wanting to come underneath friendship. And you had a lot of friends that were very deceitful, friends that were against you, you know, and you made a judgment call. And if you didn't make certain judgment calls were made on your behalf, okay? This new venture that you're stepping into is going to align you with people that are honest, people that bring clarity. It's like a shift that's happening. One that better aligns with your own heart. Let's pull on this confidence. I gotta fix this first. This is bothering me. Okay. Let's pull on this confidence. Oh, well, that's... yeah, that's a thing. Okay, so, you know, we'll start here. We'll start here. So with this Queen of Wands, you know, I was saying that there's this confidence that you're going to have in all areas, okay? And this confidence you're going to have is in your intuition as well, within this connection that you have. Now, I was saying something about there's this confidence, like this royalty, this something about this DNA upgrade, okay? Well, we had the 10 of Cups, right? And the moon is hiding this King of Wands, King to the Queen of Wands, 10 of Cups. You know, you have no idea that there is a perfect match behind the scenes here. You know, you being bold, you rising up and standing tall, feel the fire in your soul. That is Wand energy all day long. You know, and again, this is energy you're already in. It's just going to be amplified. You're going to be more confident, more secure. Okay? And this is emotional fulfillment. And with the King of Wands and Queen of Wands, perfect match. You don't see this. You don't see how beautiful this is going to be. This is definitely going to be celebration worthy. And with that DNA that I kept getting, that's because there's a perfect match here. Okay, so there is love. that is going to come from this confidence right here. This is very beautiful. Okay, so let's leave this like that, because you don't see how this is going to lead to this, but that's okay. That's okay. It makes sense to me now why the DNA part kept coming up, this royalty, because this is going to be very beautiful for you. And we're not even into these other two yet. This is the very first one. This is the confidence one. You know, this is all things that are going to be blooming and going to be blossoming from this path that you're on, this new timeline that you're walking into. The Lovers. Are you... Okay. Oh, come back. Oh my gosh. And it was the sun. Oh. You being on this straight and narrow path with the divine, you working with the divine, you having good intentions, you know. There's so much happiness here. And while yes, you may have options to pick from, I don't feel like you're going to be in states of confusion and chaos or nothing like that. What I feel like is that when you come across this perfect match of yours, you're going to very much feel it. You're going to feel empowered. You're going to feel so happy. You're going to want to celebrate and, you know, work with this person. Look how big this moon is. And there's this celebration. And then we have the moon and what there is to celebrate. This is all, wow, this is leading to something beyond a friendship, okay? This is leading to love. And this is leading to wholeness. You know, this power, this authority that you have in the spiritual realm, you're using that to not be destructive, but to, you know, bring light, bring happiness, and bring balance. And all of this stuff is also having that effect on you. You're bringing balance back into your life. You're balancing out your energies. That has a lot to do with why you let certain things fall for new things to begin. Is because you have this higher understanding. You knew that balance needed to be balanced, you know? And, you know, your confirmation is that you might not be seeing a lot of things happen right now, but just know that there are powerful changes that are happening behind the scenes. And you are going down the right path. You are on this ascension, straight and narrow path. You know, this Ten of Swords energy, this is that energy of no more. You know, you elegantly allowed something to just burn. And yes, it could have hurt, but you handled it with grace. You handled it so well. And you did this because you want that celebration. You want reason to be happy. You want that balance back in your life. You want power back for yourself. You know, there's a lot of empowerment here. So you are, yeah, overcoming all of this stuff that happened, you know, and your ancestors are also protecting you and taking action as well. You know, you've not been doing this. That's going to drive you nuts. Stay still. You're not doing this alone, okay? You are so divinely protected. And you're, that's cute. Your ancestors hold you very dear, very close to their heart. You know, you are a treasure in yourself. And you are protected. We have the Two of Swords with the Six of Wands here. You know, you went through a lot of confusion. You went through a lot of like tug of war and stuff. And it caused a lot of transformation. A lot of transformation. That's what all of this was right here, was transforming, okay? And what I'm getting is that currently, in this current energy, you could be feeling a little bit at like a stalemate. Like yes, you know that you've made a lot of progress. You know, you're meeting new people, you're more confident in your self and your own intuition, your empowerment, your own personal power is being amplified. You've called your power back. You're taking action to, overcome all the obstacles, and your ancestors are also taking the action as well. I'm getting here that the energy that you have, that stalemate energy, is only because you can't physically see with your own two eyes what is changing and what is forming here. You don't physically see the victory that is to be had. How much of a transformation. It's giving off that what is happening here is something so stable. It's something so spiritually rooted, okay? That it's taken some time, and have faith. Continue to have faith. With this card is just wanting to stare at me again, remember you're not alone. And that's your ancestors, God, angels, they're all right beside you. So in this moment of feeling stuck, in this moment of kind of feeling stagnant, ask for guidance and it will come. And what this is saying is that there is victory around the corner. There is reason to celebrate now, but there's going to be even more reason to celebrate once this starts to evolve and unfold and come together. So let's pull some final messages. Now this feels very empowering, so I want to pull some of the empowerment cards. Anything else? All right, so we'll take those. Okay. We have, what was first? This was first. Refusing to conform dismantles the world's fear-based systems. Courageously be you. Okay, and we have the two birds. Okay, again, this is giving off relationship, but it doesn't have to be an intimate one. This could have been a friendship, a family member, co-worker, whatever this is, okay? It is giving a sense, though, that for a lot of you, this could have been, an intimate relationship. But the way that you have courageously stepped in to being more you, being more free, creating that space to allow what is meant for you, okay? Take a walk in nature today and consciously connect with Mother Earth. And then don't neglect, reject, or abandon yourself. Then it won't matter if anyone else does. Okay, again, this is what I'm saying too about what is being built here is so stable because this confidence, this power, this action, this heart opening, this is all stuff that's within you. These things can't be taken from you. These are things that you're building with your higher self, with God, okay? And you're being blessed here with, I'm gonna say, a union that perfectly matches with you, okay? You prioritizing yourself is what is allowing the space for this to happen for you. And I find that to be very beautiful. So just keep doing what you're doing and have faith. Just because you don't see it with your physical eyes right now does not mean that a lot of things aren't building up and coming together for your behalf. All right? Stay positive. I hope this message helped. And until next time, bye.